This is level 4 blending ACAM Synergies. Now, what is ACAM Synergies? ACAM Synergies are blends of essential oils that we have used through our practice, and we have time tested, and we know that when we apply it, we're going to get the results in X amount of time. So we have that performance observation throughout the years. Now, there's no claim, it's just anecdotal information. We know that the ACAM headache synergy will take care of 9 out of 10 headaches. Will go within a few seconds of inhaling it. And the one that doesn't go away, if we put a drop of it in a glass or a cup of hot water and inhale the steam, then that will go away. But of course, in our practice, we want to know what causes a headache. So we already have talked about that: environmental, air, and chemicals. But let's concentrate on the synergies that we use for our work. Now, these synergies are not recommended to be sold like a regular product. These are the materials that we use in our practice, and is pretty much only dispersed, only given through consultation, because they're very effective, and we don't want to take care of a pain, we don't want to take care of a headache that a doctor needs to see, that a doctor needs to know, so they can make a proper diagnosis. Remember, this is complementary health. This is an option to any synthetic medication that the side effects are too great. We're not against medication, we're just against the medications that the risks are too high. And if we're able to find something that can work with a debilitating effect, why not? And that's where we come in. So let's go over the synergies and how to blend them. This is what we work with. This is 1 gram, which is also 1/8 of an ounce. This is an autofer reducer. I don't know if you can see it. It is the little dropper plastic insert that goes on top. So the oils are dispersed in 1 drop. And the cap. The reason I'm showing it separately is because when you order it, make sure that you order 1 gram bottle or 1/8 of an ounce, autofer reducer, and a cap. If you don't, just order the bottle, they're going to come without the autofer reducer. So it's each item separately, so make sure you do that. And this is the one that we use in practice. That's 128 drops approximately in 1/8 of an ounce. So it gives you an idea how long it lasts when you only use a couple of drops of different blends. So we're going to put this down. Let's go to the board and begin with the de-stress synergy. And these are called A-CAM, aromatherapy complementary alternative medicine synergies. So we begin with the de-stress. And it's good for you to do this in your mind or in paper when you begin. This is 1/8 of an ounce. And for the de-stress blend, which we also wrote in level 3, consists of 1/3 ylang-ylang, 1/3 patchouli, and 1/3 orange. And that's how you mix them. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Now, it doesn't matter to be exact whatsoever, as long as you eye it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Remember that this will begin to mix together and become one. Just like the lasagna, the first day you taste it, you can tell and pinpoint the different herbs. But the next day, it just becomes one blend. The same thing with this. And because you're using the right essential oils, not the oily ones, the ones that penetrate your skin, the ones that you can leave open, and the ones that have the shelf life, this begins to ferment with time and become a better blend, a stronger blend. Then, let's do the headache blend. You want to do this and have a piece of paper with this type of drawing. It helped me a lot in order for you to visualize what you're blending. In doing the headache, that requires half peppermint, half lavender, and then leave a little bit on the top to put 4 drops of clary sage, muscle relaxer. So you have lavender, pepper, and a few drops of clary sage, muscle relaxer. In the headache blend, that's the one that we talked about at the beginning. Amazing for headaches. But once again, we want to look at a new car smell. We want to look at the insecticide. We want to look at an enclosed environment because many times that's the cause of the headache. In the stress blend, you have ylang ylang that controls rapid heartbeat, rapid breathing, patchouli, which is relaxing, orange, which is relaxing. And this is what we recommend for folks that have to go to work in the morning and face traffic, or they go into an office and they need to relax while they do their work. This is the one that we can recommend. Now, there's one stronger than this, which is called the de-emotion. And we're going to put it right here. De-emotion. This is the one that we use and recommend for people with sadness, with depression. We know from doing that if we have somebody in front of us crying and we let them smell marjoram, they will stop crying. Marjoram seems to dulls the emotion, and we have seen this happen. Well, once again, this is our claim. This is something you will see. If you use the real essential oils, you will get the same effect. So we're going to put here marjoram, almost all the way to the top. That's marjoram. And then we're going to leave enough room in the top to add 4 drops of valerian, which has been validated as an antidepressant. The science is telling us that. So we're going to use valerian here, 4 drops. And this is also excellent for anybody who is going through death in the family, who is going through separation or divorce, or who has a situation at work where somebody pushes their emotional button, or at home. So this is one that really is really effective and really neat to use. Once again, this is a Synergy, so you're going to have a stronger effect next week after you blend it, and so forth and so on, because of fermentation. Now, there's one that that grew out of this too, which is half of, in an eighth of an ounce bottle. Let's put it right here. In an eighth of an ounce bottle, we put half de-stress and half de-emotion. And we don't have a name for this, but half of the emotion and half of the stress makes a really excellent relaxing blend. And we use this a lot. It seems to be a little more powerful, definitely, than this one, and a little more powerful than this one for some. So this is a combination that we also use in our practice. Now, the next one that we have used and is extremely effective is what we call the fever blister. That's a fever blister Synergy. Now, you got to remember, this blends are about 20, 25 years old. So I personally have seen this perform. And when I began, I wasn't happy just to hear that plant material was excellent for this. I needed to know the time frame. When? How many of this I have to eat before I get the results? And we don't seem to find that too often. So I make sure that whatever we did, we have a time frame, so we know when it's going to work, because we have seen it, or at least we have an idea of how it's going to work. It's okay if it doesn't. We're always out to prove it wrong, but it's working most of the time. And in this fever blister, what it takes is something to dry and moist condition, and that's eucalyptus. So we're going to put in 1/3 eucalyptus. We need an antiviral, and that's lavender. And we need an antifungal, and that's tea tree. And that's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. What we have seen in this, if whoever has a flare-up, when it begins to itch, if they put a drop of the fibber blister in the area, the next day is gone. If it already opened, they already have a sore, and they put a drop in the sore, it's going to sting for a few minutes. But then later on that night, when they put another drop, it will sting, and then the next day it began to scab. That's what we have seen with this. So it's really effective, it's really nice, and it's a good option for any synthetic medication. So it's an option that is offered. Now, we also have observed that folks that have a flare-up of, let's say, every month, after using this, now they don't have a flare-up every 6 months, or they don't have a flare-up at all. So this is one of those that that also works very nicely. It's very effective. Now let's see which one we're missing here. Are the sinus and cold, Synergy, and what we're going to have here is, but there's many ways to roam. There's many ways to blend something. So in the sinus and cold, it's just a combination of sinus essential oil. The standard one is lavender, because of effectiveness against the streptococcus, pneumococcal bacteria. Eucalyptus, but if it's for a child, you will substitute niaoli. This is an N, I, niaoli, which has the same properties of eucalyptus. That's Niaouli. Because eucalyptus has been known to be a little irritating to the child's nasal passage. Then we have, so we have lavender, eucalyptus, and then depending on what the person has. If the person has trouble breathing, then I'm going to go to a bronchodilator, which is cypress, and finish this with a cypress. I'm going to put cypress here. If they have coughing, I'm going to go ahead and choose cajeput, which stops the coughing. Or I can use fir needle, just for cold, antibacterials. And this then we're applying a few drops to their chest. They will inhale, make sure that they're not inhaling with their fingers in their eyes. If they get in their eyes any of this, within a few seconds, the discomfort will go away. So, cypress, if you need a bronchodilator, cajeput if you need an essential oil to stop the coughing, and fir needle if you just want a regular Synergy with eucalyptus and lavender. Now, from the Synergies, the sinus and cold, the stress, even the demotion, you can make inhalers. You can make, with the de-stress, you can follow this and make body powders. You can make body creams, because this has a very relaxing smell. With the sinus and cold Synergy, you can use this, a few drops, to make a salve with the beeswax base. Or add it to aloe vera gel, which is easier, and make a chest rub for times of cold. You can also put a few drops in a spray bottle of water, and then spray the bed, spray the room, spray the air-conditioned system, just like we did with the home sick building syndrome system. And you can also do that with a de-stress in a bottle, in a spray bottle, a few drops of it. Shoot into the air-conditioned vents and air-conditioned system. It goes through the house and people are relaxed. So this is the beginning and the concentration of the formulations that we have seen at work. Now, if I want to unclog somebody that is having a problem in breathing, what I will add to this, with any combination of oil, I will add peppermint. Now, this is very effective also, by itself, but in an inhaler. And an inhaler will last forever. And this is pretty much the inhaler we put together with those oils for anyone who's going in a plane ride, so they can protect themselves from that enclosed environment. Okay, so let's see, we have the de-stress, we have the headache synergy, we have the sinus and cold, we have the de-emotion, we have the fever blister. Now let's put a synergy together for skincare. Now, this synergy for skincare, we're going to use this combination 10 to 20 drops per ounce of vegetable oil. It could be a combination of vegetable oil, canola, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed is a good one. So let's do some skincare synergy so we can make some skincare blends. First one we're going to add is definitely lavender. Then we're going to add 4 drops option of chamomile, either the blue chamomile or the Roman chamomile. Then we're going to add here cedarwood atlas. That is a skin preservative. It was used during the mummifying of the mummy, so that's what we're going to be adding here. Some of those oils that were used and already time tested. That means that we're going to add here frankincense. And we also want to add here carrot seed for vitamin A, vitamin E, beta-carotene. Now I could mix and mash, and instead of the cedarwood atlas, I can put patchouli, which is also great for skin. I can add Peruvian balsam, excellent for skin. I can add vetiver, the same thing. So there's a lot of combination of the skincare essential oils, but with this I have the azulanine, which soothes the skin in the chamomile. I have the vitamin A, vitamin E, beta-carotene from carrot seed. I have the skin preservatives of frankincense. I have the skin preservative of cedarwood atlas, and the anti-inflammatory rushes circulation to the area of lavender. So what I need here is about 2 of 4 drops of geranium rose. Now geranium rose, 2 drops. It's very powerful, so 2 drops is all it's needed, or else it takes over the whole blend. But geranium rose is what we put in all the skincare synergies or product, because this balances the viscous gland. This allows the material, the product, to be used in either a combination of skin or dry skin. And it has a very nice aroma. I mean, this combination is also extremely relaxing. But it has been shown to be really powerful with the skincare. And one thing we're missing here is at least 2 drops of a very important one, which is myrrh. You want to add this. This is a skin preservative, and that is a very strong skincare. One that was used to mummify also in times of the mummies. So this combination has, once again, 4 drops of chamomile. That's optional. chamomile is option. We can do it without that. By just adding 2 drops of geranium rose, 2 drops of myrrh, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4 of carrot seed, frankincense, cedar lapis, and lavender. And that will give you a pretty good skincare. Now, of course, you can come out with, and you will learn how to make your own combination, because it's just choosing the active ingredients, essential oils, for the purpose that you're blending. This is what we came out, and this is what we have been seeing for all those years. So this is a good one for you to begin in your practice. Remember, these are not for retail. These are actually only to work in consultation, and for you to put together and begin to see their performance and try to prove it wrong, because we haven't. There is one very important one that we forgot to do, and there's 2 versions of that. Let me make some room here. Well, I'm going to keep it here because you might want to pause and take some notes on this one. It's good to have this on paper. It's good to, well, you're going to learn how to do this in developing your product line. But there's one that we use, and it's, we're amazed at the performance that it has, and that's the Muscle Ache Synergy. The Muscle Ache Synergy has the anti-inflammatory of lavender, the muscle relaxer of sage, Dalmatian, the muscle relaxer of clary sage. Then it has the analgesics of clove, bud, and birch. An analgesic renders a pain numb. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that will be 1/3 lavender, 1/3 sage Dalmatian, 1/3 clary sage, and then let's say that 4 drops of birch and 4 drops of clove, and that's your muscle relaxer. That's that one. This is lavender. Okay, so we have 1/3 lavender, 1/3 sage, 1/3 clary sage, 4 drops of clove, 4 drops of birch. That's the muscle relaxer. Now, with this, if I add to this, if I put in this energy, once I make it, I put it in a base of aloe vera gel. In 4 ounces, I will add about 50 drops in 4 ounces of this. And then I will add to that more birch, which is heat, more clove, which is heat, and then peppermint, which is cold, to that blend. And that is a hot and cold muscle relaxer. Now, which is really neat, we call it sport gel. And all it takes is just to increase the warmth of clove and birch, which are the analgesic, and then to add peppermint. And this is in a product in itself that we use a base of aloe vera gel. What we have seen with this formulation, it amazes us. And every time we see it, it continues to amaze. And this is a combination that has been observed for the past 20, this is one of the early ones, but 26 years. When we apply a few drops of the Muscle Ache Synergy to anybody who has a pain, it doesn't matter what pain it is, it doesn't matter the diagnosis, it's inflammation, and we get that covered. It's, we need to rush circulation to the area. We know that by just applying lavender by itself in an inflamed area, we see it reduce within 10-15 minutes. So, once again, total inflammation, it works. So, when we apply a few drops of this, which is all you need just to cover the area, without massage, just apply it, we can tell the person, and I do before application, that their pain will go away 90% within a few seconds of application, or 100% within a minute or two. And he does. And he continued to do. But we haven't finished. We have to now go into how this individual is feeding their inflammation. So that's when we bring in the food. Are they drinking sodas? Are they eating inflammation food? This is what we cover. So we're not only taking care of the ingredient option for the maladies, but we also need to know where they're coming from. And that's why we pay attention to, because we know it's coming from one of those areas. Chemicals in the air that we breathe, as we continue to mention it in this practice, because that's what we're based on. We're going to look at the areas that is going to look at the medical consultation, and that's chemicals in the air we breathe, chemicals in the water and the beverage we drink. You know how many artificial sodas, artificial drinks, or even natural drinks with an ingredient list of chemicals can cause inflammation. Chemicals in the products and the meds that we use also cause for inflammation. And then chemicals in the food that we eat, and that's an important one. So how can we start inflammation? It always goes back to plant. That's the anti-inflammatories, and that's the live vitamins and minerals and so forth. So getting back to the Synergies, this is our Synergies, and this is what we use them for, and they're very effective, and this is what I continuously use in the practice, and you can always tweak it. And once again, this is a standard, so I'm sharing this, we're sharing this with you folks to begin first your practice and for you to see it. And from that, you can turn it into your own. You can, instead of orange, you can add grapefruit, which is also relaxing. Instead of patchouli, you can add frankincense, which is also relaxing. Remember, every time you blend a Synergy, it is for the purpose. What purpose? And then go to the active ingredients, which is the essential oils, and begin to select that purpose. Definitely a combination of essential oils is stronger than one. So it is good to, yes, use one, but if you use it in combination in a Synergy, you get amazing results. Now, in this Synergies also, if I'm going to make a massage plan, I will make the Synergy first for whatever purpose I want to do it. Let's say here's the de-stress, and I will use 10 drops of the essential oils per ounce of massage oil. So it's 10 drops of essential oils of whatever Synergy per ounce of massage oil. So I can do a relaxing massage oil, I can do a respiratory massage oil, I can do a very relaxing massage oil, and then many combinations, and muscle relaxing massage oil. Also, this Synergies, and that's why it's good to make your Synergies and to have them line up so you can make also products from that. Because with this Synergies, I can also make muscle relax bath if I add this to salt and Epsom salt. I can make a stress bath, same thing. I can make a skincare bath. So these are very workable, and it's good to have them before you begin to do the products. It's stronger and more effective than just adding a couple of drops or adding the single drop to the product, because here they had a chance to meet, they had a chance to blend into one blend. Completely different than if you put a couple of drops in an aloe vera gel. The oils are single, and they're not strong enough as a Synergy. So before product making, decide what essential oils you are using, put them in a Synergy, and make your products. Try this out. Always remember that we're here, so if you have any questions, so pick up the phone, and we want to keep in contact. This is, the idea of this course is to be able to communicate a very effective original practice that we have been observing and working for the past many years. We thank you for choosing us for your education, and we're here to answer any questions. This is continuing education, so we continue to post and revise many of the information, and for you to keep up with the EDU. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon on the next video. Thanks for your help.